and welcome to my channel. I'm Charles Abels, local photographer in and around Prescott Valley, Arizona, and I hope that you enjoy this presentation because I want to talk about what I consider a very awesome camera. This is a Panasonic Lumix S5II and the Lumix S 4 to 7.1 28 to 200 millimeter lens. Between August 3rd and August 10th, 3 Marines and myself met and then traveled to Adak, Alaska to record a documentary about Cold War Marines and the Cold War in Adak, Alaska. So I had brought this camera, and I was very much impressed. So what I want to do is, I'm not really going to dwell too much into this camera. I am satisfied. I would suggest that if you're interested in a full frame camera, consider this. I'm going to just share with you some specs and why I use this camera. Some key features. It's a 24.2 megapixel full frame CMOS sensor, a 3-inch 1.84 meter dot tilt-free angled touch LCD. We'll mention that right now briefly. It's got an articulating LCD screen on the back that I love. It has a 779 point phase detection autofocus system. It has a 5-axis sensor shift image stabilization. It has an ISO range of 100 to 51,200 and up to 30 frames per second shooting. It has a dual UHS 2 SD slot, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth. Now, that was another advantage, advantage for sure. I had 2 SD cards in here, and it was great to know. So I not only had the 2 that was in here, but I brought an additional 2 SD cards with me as well. And my favorite thing, and this is important, especially when we went up to Adak, this camera body, as well as the lens, is a weather-sealed configuration. And I knew that when I went up to Adak, the weather, the terrain, the ruggedness of the whole island, I needed a camera that was able to handle that. We're going to talk briefly about the lens. The Panasonic Lumix S28 200mm f4 7.1 macro optical image stabilization lens. And it's primarily designed, this one is not only designed to fit the Lumix S5II, but in addition, I could pop that onto my Leica S2S. Haven't done it yet, but this lens is interchangeable between the 2 cameras. Key features. Full frame lens from f4 to f45. It has a 5-axis dual image stabilization 2 image stabilizer. It has an automatic focus, manual focus switch, and a optic image stabilization switch. It has a minimum focus distance of 5.5 inches. It is dust and splash resistant design. We brought that up earlier. This combo right here, and again, in my opinion, is the best full frame combo to have, especially when traveling. This camera was in Anchorage, where I took many photographs, and this camera was in, Adak, Alaska, where it endured 7 days of some of the roughest conditions. I don't want to necessarily say unimaginable, but we'll just say that they're trying conditions up there. You have to really be prepared. To give you an idea what we did up there is the 4 of us served up there in Adak during the Cold War. We're getting ready to put together a documentary. This presentation, though, isn't a documentary. What I wanted to try to do is show what this camera can do and put together a presentation that is purely, I hope, that tells the story of what is Adak today.
Adak, everybody. The local time is 1:06. There has been a 1-hour time change. Please keep your seatbelts on. Our pilots will turn off the seatbelt sign when it's safe to get out. Your belongings should remain stowed until we have reached the gate. If your phone is close, you can take it out of airplane mode. Here in Adak, we have stairs. Please watch your step going down the stairs. Do walk gently into the terminal. Refrain from smoking until you're outside of the front of the terminal, please. We'd like to say a special welcome back to 4 of our passengers back there. They're Marines, and they used to be based here. They're here to make a documentary.
Yeah, so here we are. At the end of the day, just did the mild compound footage and educated the folks on that. And what do Marines do as after a successful mission? We do shots or beers and have a cigar. Well, here we are. Welcome to Adak Island, behind the barracks where we live. And this is what you do at the end of the day on occasion. Welcome to Adak Island. Semper Fi.
Cheers.
Here, here.
Cheers.
Here.
Cheers.
Here,
Cheers,
here,
gentlemen.
Here, here.
An honor coming back here with you guys.
Absolutely.
Simplify.